We don't want no 2024 up in 2025. I was going to make something a rap or a rhyme. How's that new year, new you working out from 2023? Was your 2024 better so far? Or is it a little bit of the same still? I'm just asking.
This is your captain speaking.
What's up, gang? Welcome back to the white table. Y'all, it is fourth quarter. It is about to be 2025. October, November, December. We down to the last 3 months of the year. And people always saying, new year, new me. You cannot do new year, new me without preparing the year prior. So, let's get to this discussion. This is going to be a 12-week reset. It's not impossible to jump right into a new lifestyle. People be like, new year, new me. I'm changing everything come January 1st. I'm cutting off everybody come January 1st. And then you look at April 1st, 3 months, almost 4 months into the new year, and there go those people. There go that mindset. There go that routine. I'm just saying. Because jumping into a new life just because it's a new day, that does not mean you're jumping into a life that you are ready for or that you're prepared for. You're jumping in with nothing. So instead of elevating the first day of the new year, you're actually just evaluating the beginning of the new year. The evaluation of your new year is supposed to come right now. Like, I don't know when you're watching this, but right now. You have to prepare for the new year. You cannot just jump right into it, because when you start new things January 1st, 2025, you are not elevating. You are evaluating. You have to use these last 3 months to evaluate and isolate so that once you hit January 1st, 2025, it's nothing but elevation going on. Those are the 3 words of this fourth quarter. Evaluate, isolate, elevate. You have to evaluate these last 9 months of the year from January 1st, 2024 to September 30th, 2024. And then you have to isolate these next 3 months. These next 3 months are full of separation, being by yourself. So you can evaluate those things that happened in 9 months and isolate from those things that you evaluated. So that when January 1st, 2025 come, or really December 31st, because you can celebrate your isolation and evaluation stage with a cute champagne and celebrating for New Year's, of course. Because when January 1st, 2025 come, that's when the elevation begins. If you do not start now, your evaluation starts January 1st, not your elevation. Now, you're probably saying, well, Don, how do I evaluate my 2024? Y'all didn't say it like that? Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. But here's how you're going to evaluate the first 9 months of your 2024 so that you can spend these last 3 months in isolation. Evaluating your current life helps you realize what you need to isolate from in order for you to elevate. When evaluating these last 9 months, you want to figure out what made you depressed, what made you sad, what triggered you, what made you petty, what made you irritated, what made you broke, what made you insensitive, what made you more hateful, spiteful. The things that you dislike about yourself now, you want to evaluate those things. But you also want to evaluate things you learned about yourself, things you like about yourself more, things you love about yourself more. You want to do these things so you can know what to keep in your next chapter and what to separate from your next chapter. And that's people, places, mindset. You have to also think about the troubles you've been facing. Have you been having car troubles, business troubles, home ownership troubles, leasing office troubles, troubles with relationships, troubles with family? You have to think about all of your relationships, all the things you have going on in your life, things that you know have honestly been in turmoil around you, so you can isolate from those things. Anything that has made you uneasy since this year has started has to go. Then you want to evaluate your body image. Did you stick to your diet? Did you work out? Are you healthier? Do you love the body that you're in? The purpose of evaluating things is so that you can change them. The next step is isolation. Isolation is honestly one of my favorite steps. I love not being around people for a certain amount of time. I'm not gonna lie. I had to grow to love myself and to be lonely and notice that lonely is not boredom and that loneliness doesn't mean I'm alone. That just means I love spending time with myself. I love the isolation phase. I love removing myself from people and environments that no longer suit me and not feel bad about it. And that's what this stage is about. It's hard to focus on a new version of you when you have the same old habits, old friends, old everything around you, because if you're around the same old things, it's hard to create a new mindset. So that isolation period is supposed to help you grow a new mindset from the things that you're so used to. That's why a lot of people are excelling outside of their cities, excelling outside of their families, because these people know you a certain way, and when you're around these people, you act the way that they know you as. It's hard to be a different person or a better person around people who feel like, oh, you think you're better than us now. Oh, I feel like you're changing. Oh, I feel like you're doing X, Y, Z. Duh, I'm changing. Duh, I'm elevating. Duh, I'm feeling better. But it's hard to be like that when you're around them so much and they're not doing anything to elevate as well. So that isolation period, my favorite. Isolating these last 3 months do be hard because it's a lot of holidays. You have Halloween, you have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas. I'm not saying isolate from your friends and family to where you don't go to Friendsgivings and Thanksgivings and these family events. I'm saying do not put your all into these events to try and attend them, to try to get gifts for people. Don't get no gift from nobody but your kid this year if that's how you feeling. And make sure people don't get you nothing to eat, because people will love to try to get you something so you can get them some. But anyways, but I know there's a lot of events going on towards the last year. And when I tell you, you save more money by not going to anything, the isolation period is to not spend money, to not spend time with anyone but yourself. But when those events come up, it's okay to take one day in October and spend Halloween with your friends. One day on Thanksgiving and spend it with your family in November. One day of Christmas. You know, it's okay to do those things. But during that time, you're not supposed to be filled with joy from other people and needing to be around other people. You are wanting to spend time with yourself so that you can gain some clarity on the life that you want for yourself come January 2025. But I do not say break away from your family and don't spend time with your family. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying don't feel obligated and don't consume yourself in those events going on when this last quarter is supposed to be about you. The isolation stage just feels so good because you're honestly learning who you need to be away from for good. Whether it's relationship or family or friends, you're learning where you do not need to put any more energy into, because you gain a certain peace being alone and being by yourself. When you start to gain a certain level of peace and then you get back around those people who you've isolated from, you realize, oh, this is why I had to stop talking to you. This is why I can't be around you. So once you start to do that, you start to know, even after this isolation phase, and I'm talking back to people in January, you will not be one of them. Okay. Next, elevation. This is the elevator up, like you're going up. Elevation means to go up, to level up. You cannot go up in an elevator if it's too many people on it. It will not go up. It will just stay right there. Sometimes you have to push people off that elevator. And that's what the isolation stage is. The isolation stage is clearing people off your elevator so that you can keep going up. And as the elevator keeps going up, the elevator gets smaller. Oh, it went from saying at level 1, this is a 500-pound max. Then level 2, this is a 300-pound max. Then level 3, this is a 200-pound max. This is a 100-pound max. Like, the max of the elevator is going to keep getting tighter and tighter as you keep leveling up, because it's meant for you to get rid of people, get rid of places, get rid of jobs, get rid of mindsets that you have so that you can keep going up. What do you want to elevate? Do you want to elevate your clothes, your car, your home, your friend group, your experiences, to travel more? You have to also know what you want to elevate. But that's usually easy in the isolation stage. You begin to see what you've been missing, what you haven't been doing, what you want to do more of. So in the isolation stage, you find out what you can do to elevate. And that's why having 3 months of isolation is so important. You have to have that full 3 months. 2 months won't do it. 60 days won't do it. 30 days will not do it. It's not enough time. You need 90 days of loneliness. Not even loneliness, of self-love, self-care, and peace to see where you want to be after those 90 days. You will see a way more elevated life if you do 90 days than you do 60 or 30. I promise. Once you figure out what you want to elevate about yourself, you have to realize the things that you need in order to make that happen. Do you need more money? Do you need a better job? Will you need a better routine? You always can do better with a routine. I'm not going to lie. But you have to figure out what these different things and these different steps you have to take in order for that elevation to occur. Say it with me. Evaluate, isolate, elevate. Say it with me. Evaluate, isolate, elevate. One more time. Evaluate, isolate, elevate. If y'all not saying it while I'm saying it, then I just said it 3 times for no reason. Exactly. One more time. Evaluate, isolate, elevate. Thank you. A lot of things do take longer to fix. Everything is not a quick fix, but I do know a few quick fixes that can elevate your life ASAP. Wow, my snap didn't even make a noise. How dry. A quick fix that you could evaluate, isolate, and elevate is the amount of money you spend and what you spend it on. So evaluate things you could have done differently with your money. Evaluate the things that you spent your money on, whether it was clothes, materialistic things, whether it was food and DoorDash. Evaluate what took up most of your money this year. Well, those past 9 months. You have to know what happened with it so you can see what not to let it happen ever again with it. And during this isolation stage, once you figure all of that out, you can say, okay, these last 3 months is crunch time. I'm only spending money on food and necessities. Tissue, soap, lotion. Heck, be ashy. You don't even need that lotion. Lick your elbows. You don't need that. Just please don't lick your elbows. Don't be out with public toast. Then be like, Dom said I had to save it. I couldn't buy lotion. No, don't be like that. But you already being isolated, so there's no having fun anyways. There's no spending money on liquor. There's no spending money on DoorDash. If you are going to eat out, get up in your car and drive. Come on now. When you go out, whether it's to the club or anything, you have to spend money on gas, spend money on food, spend money on drinks. So don't go nowhere. How you going to spend money on gas if you don't go nowhere? And if you do go to work, that's spending money to make money. That's the difference. All the fun things you used to do and spend your money on, whether it was sections, whether it was outings that didn't serve you, if it wasn't a new experience, to me, I feel like it's a waste of money, honestly. Like, having fun is cool and all, I get it. But being late on your bills and asking to borrow money from people is not fun, is it? No. So during the isolation stage, no fun, no excessive spending, no buying new clothes. If you're isolated right now, this is the ugly phase. Everybody know what the get money stage look like. It look like staying down, not getting nothing done, building a bank back up. In January, when you hit this elevation stage of not spending money, you start to realize how much you were wasting money. And that's where your mindset changed. Once you evaluated and then isolated and stopped spending money, once you got to the point where it's time for you to be able to spend money again and you can spend money again, you're like, I'm not spending my money on everything I was spending it on before. You realize how much you were wasting your money. You realize that those people who are still having fun in the same clubs and the same spaces are still there. You didn't miss out on anything while you were gone, because if you go there right now, those people are still there. The bottles are still $600 when they are $60 at the store. You didn't miss out on anything by staying in the house. And it makes you realize I'm never spending my money at the clubs again. I was upset and I was mad about being isolated and alone and not spending my money on something I could literally still go do right now. It's not fun. Even when it comes to spending your money on materialistic stuff and not being able to spend for 3 months, it helps you make better decisions once you start shopping again, once you start spending again. You so used to going to get the food, you don't even remember you have the DoorDash app on your phone. That's what elevating looked like. It looked like not going back into your evaluation stage. You have already gotten rid of that mindset because now it's a part of your routine. It's a part of your elevation process. You're still going up even though you're no longer isolated. Even though you have the freedom to spend, you have the freedom to eat, you have the freedom to do whatever you want now. You're still deciding to not do those things because of how much you've elevated. Another quick fix is analyzing the people around you and the environments that you have been in. You have to evaluate those people with those toxic traits that make you more petty, that make you more angry, that make you not love yourself, that make you just not a good person. So when you isolate yourself from those people, after evaluating that you don't want to be like them and you don't want to be around that, you start to see an improvement on who you really are, what you really want, and how to go get it. Once you hit that isolation stage, after evaluating those friendships, those peoples, those family members, those environments, they gonna call you funny acting anyways. Once you take 12 weeks away from people that you're normally always around and not answering phone calls and worry about yourself to get better for yourself, to become a better version of yourself, people will call you funny acting for doing so. People will say, oh, you think you're better than us. Oh, yeah, right. Girl, you can't do it. Well, I guess I see you in January. And a lot of people cannot handle when you love yourself more than you love them. A lot of people are not set to care about people more than themselves, so they don't expect you to. So now that you're caring about yourself, they're in awe because they can't believe that you're taking time away from them to show yourself a little more love. Those people end up leaving anyways. You don't even have to worry about isolating from them because they're going to push themselves away. And that's how you know that they aren't supposed to be around anyways. And there are some people who are going to try to stay attached. There's people who are going to be like, okay, I'll wait to see you in January. Good luck on your journey. They're going to cheer you on and let you know that you got this. You're going to do it. They might even check up on you time from time to see how everything is going. And then January comes and you decide, after evaluating and isolating, I feel like I do not want to keep going with this friendship, this relationship. I don't want you to contact me, this family member. I can't be there to support you as much as I used to. After going through that stage, you're going to have to do that. If they don't break away from you, you have to still break away from them. I have a video on how to detach from the toxic people you love. If y'all want to go back and watch that, it is the discussion before this one. I got a cute little big highlight bag. But yes, you realize how much you've elevated from those toxic people and environments when you see that their mindset is still the same. When you are on their social media and see the way that they still talk and the way they still party and the way they still carry themselves and the way that you're no longer carrying yourself, it's like, wow, I really used to act like that. I really used to be in this environment, and now you don't miss it. The beginning of the isolation stage, you start to miss certain people, wonder what they doing, wonder what they got going on. You're seeing them out. You're wishing you were there. You miss them. And then as the months go on and you gain that peace, and then you see them again, once you are able to hang out with them and be around them again after that isolation period, you realize, oh, this is not what I want at all. You may even still try for the heck of it. You might be like, I'll still go out because I do miss them. Then you get out and you're sitting there like this. This is what I thought I missed. That's what you start thinking. You start realizing, oh, I didn't miss this at all. I've elevated from this. I've elevated from this. Boom. Push that environment, those people out the elevator. Like, woo, and then you push that button, you go up like, woo. Thank God I ain't on that. You still hear the party going on down on the floor you just left. And you was just like, woo. Thank God I'm not on that floor no more. Because you realize you were never missing out on anything. You realize those people are still thinking the same. They are still acting the same. And you would never be able to thrive around those people. You need to find a new group of friends, a new group of places to go. You have to find newness in everything in order to match the place that you've elevated to. A fix I feel is quick is lastly, the things you want to change about yourself. Whether you want to learn how to do your own hair, your own makeup, whether you want to change your clothes, whether you want to change your body, lose weight, these are the things you could honestly fix kind of quick. Of course, you can't just change your body, but to work on changing your body starts in the isolation stage. The isolation stage is supposed to be used to learn how to do these things. If you always paying to get your hair done, your nails done, your makeup done, use this stage of like the ugly stage, the saving your money stage to learn how to do these things on your own because you have so much free time because you're not supposed to be doing anything else. No, it's not always easy, I promise you. But trying to do simple things that you can do in case someone like cancels an appointment. There may be an important event out of nowhere and you can't find anybody to do your hair, do your nails, do your makeup. It is very important for you to know how to do something yourself. And you can use these 3 months perfecting your craft, and even not perfecting it, gaining a craft. Watch all of these different videos to learn how to do the basics of things that you feel like that you need other people to do. And because you're isolated, you don't have to worry about people's feedback. You're just learning how to do all of these things. That way next year you have it. You're still saving money. You've becoming more independent so you can depend on yourself and yourself only. Use that isolation stage to begin working out. If that's something you want to change, you have to use the isolation stage to start your diets, to start eating healthy. You don't have to get rid of everything. Get rid of small things. You don't have to do a cruel workout where somebody's punching your stomach and you're lifting barbells, going crazy. Start with a nice walk. Get a walking pad. Get a stepper. Walk around the house. Record your steps. Get an Apple Watch. It don't have to be an Apple Watch. It could be a Fitbit. Something small. I know we're not doing any spending, but if the spending is helping you in the long run, that's a necessity, okay? But get things that's going to help you out. Try to get those 10,000 steps a day. Try to close all the rings on your watch. Try to do all of these things to show that you are making some type of improvement. It's hard to eat salads and eat healthy when you're going out all the time and they have lamb chops and steaks and ribeyes all on the menu, but you're not going out. You don't have to let that craving take over because you're not going to these restaurants. You're not engaging in alcohol. Alcohol is a main reason why a lot of people are getting bigger. I'll tell y'all that. So if you feel like you are gaining a lot of weight, stop drinking alcohol for a month or 3, these whole 3 months of your isolation stage, and watch how better you feel and how better you look. I promise you, I've been there. And when it comes to evaluating your clothing, just go in your closet. Start getting rid of the clothes you're saying, I might wear that one day. I just have to find something to go with it. Just get rid of it all. Because once you get rid of stuff, you have to buy new stuff. You have to. So get rid of it now. Look to see, do you have business attire? Do you have brunch attire? Do you have church attire? Do you have all these different attires in case, who knows, call? If the president called, do you have an outfit in your closet right now to go have dinner with her? Heavy on the her. But if you decide you want to start going to church, or if somebody invites you out to church, do you have something to wear? If you're going to an executive brunch, an executive meeting, do you have things to wear for all of these events? Do you want to start dressing more chic? Do you want to find clothes that cover up your boobs, cover up your butt? Are you entering an era where you're not wanting to show as much skin? Do you even have clothes that cover up everything? You need some of everything. Pajamas too. Are you only going to sleep in big t-shirts? Get you some nice satin sets, whether it's from Amazon or Shein. I don't care where you get your clothes from. I'm not a girlie to be like, oh yeah, I need to be wearing Lululemon. That'll be a Lulu lie. That'll be a Lulu lie. That ain't me. If that's your preference, that's your preference. If you want to be like, oh, I want to start using Shein workout clothes, your money is getting better. Let me upgrade to Lululemon. Your money is getting better. Let me upload to Balenciaga workout sets. That's a little dumb. But, hey, you got it, ball out. Can't tell you what to do. Pushing all of those things off the elevator, your mindset to eating, pushing those clothes off the elevator, pushing those bad eating habits off the elevator, pushing your laziness and your old routines out the elevator just took you up at least a good more 5-6 floors. You just used most of your fall and winter to prepare for the spring, to prepare for the summer. So because you used this fall and a little bit of winter to figure out your spring, summer, you're going to be on point all the way through and through. You've evaluated and isolated these last 3 months. And now you have to hold on to it. You cannot go back down that elevator. You have to hold on to going up that elevator. You have to keep pushing things off so you can keep going up. So that by the time the end of spring, summer begin, you're a whole new person. You're completely renewed. You haven't got an opinion from someone else for 3 months. You're so full of yourself and full of the things that you've done these past 3 months that you couldn't listen to nobody else if you wanted to. The only person you have been listening to and putting your faith in and has helped you get through this isolation stage and going into the elevation stage has been God. God and God only. I'm not sure how y'all faith is, what y'all believe in, who y'all believe in. I'm a strong believer in God, the higher power. And I know for a fact that when I was going through my isolation stage, that if it wasn't for God, I would not have been able to get through it. I would have felt like I needed people in order for me to get through it. I would have felt like I needed to hold somebody's hand. I would have needed to talk to somebody. I would have needed to rely on people. I wouldn't have able to be as independent as I was if I didn't have God in that time. Use that isolation period to get closer to God, so you can have an understanding on what you're supposed to do, your assignment for right now, and your purpose in life. But if change is something you are really working on and working for and working towards, you have to evaluate these last 9 months. You have to isolate these next 3 months so you can elevate through 2025. As much as I would love to sit here and go into more details on what I think you should do to level up your life, I'm going to save that for another video. So like and subscribe and turn on y'all post notifications because we're going to be back at the white table soon. I really want to tell y'all all the tips I use to level up my life and the 10 to 15 ways y'all can do the same. So that video is going to come out really, really soon. If you haven't seen the past discussions, go ahead and go look. I got a couple of vlogs up, but I love being at this white table talking to y'all. So I will see y'all soon. I hope y'all love this video. Tell me anything y'all want to hear, what y'all want me to talk about, what y'all want to comment on, your thoughts, anything, your prayers, anything, leave it in the comments. I would love to read it. I would love to reply. I would love to talk to y'all and start this little community at the white table with y'all. Love y'all. See y'all next time.